Hello friends, welcome to MS Technologies. Today in this video I am going to show how to create first Spring Boot application by using start.spring.io website. First, so let me confirm how many ways we can create Spring Boot application. We can create a Spring Boot application in several ways. One is by using Spring Initializer website, we can create Spring Initializer. Spring Initializer website. We can create the Spring Boot project. But here we have to go with this website. Start.spring.io. Second approach, we can create a Spring Boot application by using Spring Started Wizard. Spring Started. Spring Starter Wizard. Spring Started Wizard in IDE. By using Spring Started Wizard in IDE, we can create the Spring Boot application. And one more approach is by using Spring Boot CLI. Spring Boot CLI. CLI means command line interface. Command line interface also we can create the Spring Boot project. So these are the different ways we have to create Spring Boot project. Right here, most of the times, most of the people will go for these first two approaches, either by using Spring Initializer website or Spring Starter Wizard in IDE. Right, most of the people will create the Spring Boot project. So in this, as part of this video, I am going to show how to create the Spring Boot project by using Spring Initializer website. As part of this video, I am going to show how to create a Spring Boot project by using Spring Initializer website. For that, we have to go with this start.spring.io website. Right. What we have to do? First, open the browser. So now here, just type start.spring.io. Spring.io. Click enter. So now here you will get like this, Spring Initializer. We are going to create the project through Spring Initializer website. We are going to create a Spring Boot project by using Spring Initializer website. Here what options we have to select? Project. Here we can create the project in two ways, either by using Maven project or by Gradle project. Here select a Maven project. Maven or Gradle, we can use these two. And here select Maven project at here. And here languages, we can use either Java or Groovy or Kotlin. Right here I am going to use Java language. I know only Java, so here I am using Java language. Next here, so the latest version of Spring Boot is 2.3.1. Here automatically it selected that 2.3.1. So right, 2.3.1 selected. Next version is 2.4 is not released. It is going to come 2.4. Now the latest version is 2.3.1. So now select this latest version. So next here we have to give the group name. We have to provide it here. Group name in the sense what we have to give. Generally group name in the sense, generally we can give a project name or any company name, like that we can give it here. So here what I am going to give, com.msit. com.msit. I'm giving the group name is com.msit. Next here artifact name we have to give. Artifact name means what we have to give. Artifact ID will be module name or submodule name, like that we have to give. Here I am going to give artifact name like Spring Boot iPhone app 1, Spring Boot iPhone app 1 I'm giving like this. Next, description demo project for Spring Boot. Okay. Next, package name here I'm giving same com.msit only I'm giving package name. Next here, right here we can select either jar or var. So here I'm selecting jar only. Let's see here what details I'm giving. First project I'm selecting. Project is a Maven project. Select language. Here I'm selecting Java language. Next here we have to select the version. See 2.3.1 version I'm selecting. Here remember this version name inside pom.xml file. For parent dependency you will get this with this version only. It will create with this version only. So next here we are giving group name com.msit. Next I am giving artifact name Spring Boot iPhone app 1. Next I am giving name and description, and package also I am giving com.msit. Here packaging to jar file, and next here Java version I am selecting 8 version. Java 8 version I am selecting it here. Here you can able to see the three options at here. Generate, right here if you click on this generate button, what it will do, it will download zip folder with this project. With this project it will create one zip folder. We have to extract the zip folder and we have to import into our IDE. Next, before downloading, if you want to go through that, what files are created, what dependencies are came inside pom.xml file, inside src what files are came, if you want to check, just click on this explore button. You can able to go through that project structure, how you are getting that project structure, everything you can able to see if you click on this explore button. So click on this explore. See here, this is the pom.xml file we are getting. See here, this is the pom.xml file we are getting. See here, what version we are getting? 2.3.1 is the Spring Boot version. See here, this one is the parent dependency. Parent dependency here, parent dependency, and some child dependencies also you will get it here. Now inside src, this is the folder structure. Main is there, inside main Java is there, inside Java com is there, inside com msit is there. Inside that we are getting one application which is Spring Boot app 1 application .java. Next you will get a resource folder. Inside that resource folder you will get application.properties file, and inside tester you will get a test file also like this, test.java also. So this is the folder structure you will get inside that zip folder. So now here if you click on this download button, so zip file will be downloaded. So now click on this download. So here it is downloading Spring Boot app 1.zip. It is downloading it here. Right, now go to that location. So here it is Spring Boot iPhone app 1 zip file downloaded at here. So now extract this file, extract here. Right, now this zip file got extracted. So where we have that extracted one, see here we have extracted file Spring Boot iPhone app 1. Open this one. See here, wherever we have pom.xml file, up to that copy that location. We have to copy the pom.xml file location. Copy this one. Next, now generally we will use STS IDE. This is a Spring.io, Spring provided IDE for developing Spring based applications. Spring providing IDE, STS. STS means Spring Tool Suite. Generally we will use this one. We can use Eclipse also. We can use Eclipse also, or this STS, anything we can use it here. So now here what we have to do, here we have to import that extracted project. So go to file, here click on this import button. Now here go to Maven. We are created Maven project. That's why select Maven. Here existing Maven project. Next, right here what we have to give, we copied one path, right, wherever we have pom.xml file, up to that we have to copy the path. So now copy this path, now give this path at here. and click on this browse button. So you will get that pom.xml file like this. You will get that pom.xml file like this. Select this one and click on finish button. See, importing Maven project. You can observe it here. Importing Maven project. Right after importing this Maven project, expand this one. Expand this project. You will get a folder structure like this. You will get a folder structure like this. SRC main Java, SRC main resource, SRC test Java, like this you will get it here. See, inside this you will get so many dependencies. All these things are Maven provided dependencies. Maven dependencies. How we got all these dependencies we'll discuss. So now here, right here, one important file we have to discuss. What is that? Pom.xml file. If you observe pom.xml file, here Spring Boot follows. Here Spring Boot will follow parent and child association at here. Parent and child mechanism it will follow. See here, this is the parent dependency, and inside dependencies, we have some more other dependencies. These are the child dependencies, right? Here parent dependency is there. This is the parent dependency. Inside dependencies we have other dependencies which are the child dependencies. Here Spring Boot follows parent and child association at here, right? By default starter parent is available at here. If you observe it here, whenever you created Maven Spring Boot project, automatically here you will get starter parent, spring boot starter parent. This dependency you will get by default. You will get this dependency by default at here. If you observe it here, for this dependency we are giving a version also. We are giving version also for this dependency. What is the version? 2.3.1 dot release. This is the version we are giving this starter parent dependency. Inside pom.xml file, by default we will get this parent starter dependency. By default we will get parent starter dependency. So now here for this starter dependency, starter parent dependency, we are providing version also, which is a 2.3.1 dot release version we are giving, right? So next, in dependency section, if you go down here, you can able to see the dependencies section. Inside this dependency section, whatever the dependencies we configured, whatever the dependencies you configured inside this dependency section, all those dependencies will become child dependencies to that starter parent dependency. Inside this dependency section, whatever the dependencies you are configuring, all those dependencies will become child dependencies for this starter parent dependency. Here this is the parent dependency, this is the parent dependencies. Inside the dependencies section we have some more other dependencies. All these dependencies are called child dependencies for this parent dependency. Clear? Here inside pom.xml file, boot follows parent and child association. Here this starter parent is the parent dependency. Next, if you go down here, you can able to see the dependencies section. Inside this dependencies section, whatever the dependencies you configuring, all those dependencies will become as child dependencies for this parent dependency. Understood? Next, if you go to this SRC folder, if you go to this SRC folder at here, SRC main Java, if you expand this SRC folder, here you will get com.msit package, com.msit package. If you expand this package, here you will get Spring Boot application 1 application.java, Spring Boot app1 application.java. This application.java file is the main file for our Spring Boot project. This is the main class. Without having this class, we can't able to run our project. This is the main class. Inside SRC folder, we will get one application.java file. That is the main class for our entire Spring Boot project. By using that main class only, we can able to start our Spring Boot application. From this class only, we can able to start our project. Spring Boot application execution. This boot application execution will start from this class only. This application execution will start from this class only. Next, in this class, if you observe it here, this class name is Spring Boot App1 application. If you observe it here, in this class, you will get one method which is a main method, which is nothing but a main method. Inside this main class, main method is available, which is used to run our Spring Boot application. Right, we can write here this main method we will use to run our Spring Boot application. Here we have one main class. Here this entire class is annotated with the Spring Boot application. This entire class is annotated with @Spring Boot application. We will get one property file also. See, and here this application.java file is the main class or start class. Our execution will start from this class only. Our Spring Boot application execution will start from this class only. This class contains one main method also. To run our application. This application.java class contains one main method also. And one more thing, this class annotated with the @Spring Boot application. This class annotated with the @Spring Boot application. Right, inside main method, it is calling the run method to run our application. To run this Spring Boot application inside this main method, it is calling run method also. Right, this is the main class to start our Spring Boot application. Next, here we are getting one more folder, which is a resources folder, src/main/resources. If you expand this one, here you will get application.properties file. Here we are getting application.properties file. Otherwise, here we can take one more thing, which is application.yml file also. Either application.properties file or application.yml file also we can take it here. What it contains? It contains our port number and everything we have to take inside this properties file. Port number, database connection related stuff, everything we have to take inside this properties file. Suppose if you want to connect with the MySQL database, that MySQL username, password, host name, everything we have to take inside this properties file. At the same time, if you want to start the server, in which port you have to start the server, that port number also we can take inside this properties file. And instead of this .properties file, we can take .yml file also yet here. Instead of this .properties file, we can take the .yml file also yet here. Next, here you can able to see one more folder, which is a test folder, src test.java. One more folder you can able to see, which is a test folder. Here what we have to write? Here we can write. Here what we have to do by using this, along with this one test class also we are getting at ERC. Automatically you will get one test class also yet here. What is this? This is our JUnit test. Right here what you are doing? We are performing unit testing it here. Inside this class we are performing unit testing for our main class, whatever we have. For that class, here we are performing the unit testing. Here everything JUnit related things we have to write inside this folder. Right. So these are the files we are getting it here. Right here, total 4 things we are discussed. 4 things we discussed. First one is pom.xml file. Inside that pom.xml file, what it contains? One parent dependency, and inside dependencies section, we are getting multiple dependencies. All those dependencies will become as child dependencies for that parent dependency. Right. So next here, one application.java file we are getting. Application.java file. This is the main class. Our Spring Boot application execution will start from this class only. Inside this class, we have main method. Main method, it will run our application. Here we have one main method to run our application. Next, here inside the resources folder, we have one properties file. Inside that properties file, what we are taking, what we have to take inside that properties file, port number, or any your database related, database correction related details, everything we have to take inside that properties file. Instead of that properties file, we can take application.yml file also. Next, here we are getting one more folder, which is test folder. What it contains? It contains all our JUnit classes, JUnit related functionalities we have to take inside that folder. Right here, you are getting one default file, default application test.java file. Also, you are getting inside this. We are writing test cases for that our main application. Inside this class, we are writing test cases for our main application.java. Right? So now, how to run this application? How to run this application? Go to this application sheet. Here, wherever we have main method, there only right click, run as a Spring Boot app. See, first here you can able to see the banner. Spring banner we are getting it here. This is the banner. After that, here we are getting started Spring Boot app 1 application in 3.711 seconds. Here application is started. Here application is started like this. You will get it here. Clear? So like this, we can able to create like this. We can create our first Spring Boot application by using Spring Initializer website. We can create Spring Boot project by using Spring Initializer website. Right here, which website we have to go? Start.spring.io website we have to use. Start.spring.io website we have to use. I hope clear. Okay. So in next video, we'll discuss how to create the Spring Boot application by using Spring Started Wizard in IDE. How to create the Spring Boot application by using Spring Starter Wizard in IDE. That part we'll discuss in next video. Thank you guys.